My name is Larry Kim. I'm the founder of WordStream. WordStream is the world's largest PPC management software company. We manage almost $1 billion of advertising spend for over 10,000 customers worldwide. And so I founded this company 8 years ago, and it's so great to be here. Thank you for having me. My presentation today is about some interesting new SEO experiments that I've conducted over the last 6 months, which I believe show that the organic search rankings of Google are changing dramatically, using these new machine learning algorithms and user engagement signals like bounce rates and click-through rates. And I think people need to understand these changes and make changes to their SEO strategies. I think that engagement rates, such as click-through rates and bounce rates, matter a great deal in SEO rankings today, more than ever before. And a couple ideas on how to increase these metrics. The best idea is actually to do Facebook advertising. Now, how does Facebook advertising impact your organic search results? Well, the reason is the click-through rates on your search listings will be much higher if people have heard of your brand. And in fact, the conversion rates, so their propensity to stay on your website and not bounce, that'll be 2 or 3 times higher if they've heard of you. Because people don't just click on search rankings randomly, they choose the brands that they know and have heard of and love. And so if you can get your brand in front of the people who are searching for the things that you sell before they search for it, you will dramatically, by 2 to 3 times, increase your click-through rates and conversion rates, which then Google will notice as saying, wow, this is very high user engagement, and that'll be rewarded with even better rankings. Sure, so now that machine learning is so important and engagement rates are so important, one of the tools that I use is called Buzzsumo, and I'm sure you've heard of it, but the reason why it's so important is it tells you what content and what ideas and what headlines are the most engaging headlines within your industry. And the reason why that's so important is usually those emotional triggers and those ideas, if you can just modify them slightly, they'll also do really well. So there's certain headline patterns or certain emotional triggers, and if you can incorporate those into your own marketing campaigns, they will also likely do very well. One of the biggest challenges in SEO is the lack of original research being done on the subject. I think a lot of people are really just listening to what Google says, and like 80% of the time they say, what they say is correct, but 20% of the time they kind of omit stuff or they kind of lead you in the wrong direction. And so I think that one of the challenges here is that Google is actually saying, no, we don't actually use engagement rates and these signals as a core ranking signal, which I think is not necessarily telling the whole story. And so a lot of SEOs, they just repeat back what Google says. They say Google says this, but that's actually not, I think that's lazy. What I think SEOs need to do is some original research, and the data is worth more than the opinions, because if people just did these experiments themselves, though, as I will show you today, the conclusions would be more obvious.